Welcome back, viewers and subscribers. It's your girl, Star Flames, and we're back with another video. Now, this is the first video on Liam Payne for this year because it's getting very close to that time when sloanbella told us that something major is going to come up as it relates to the death of Liam Payne. And we're in February. We're almost at April, and I cannot wait to see what unfolds in the passing of Liam Payne. In case you're not aware, in case you're wondering, in case you're lost, the former One Direction star, Liam Payne, he died on October 16th of 2024 when he fell from the third floor of his hotel balcony in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Now, what police reports have been saying is that he was on a number of substances and he was, either partially unconscious or completely unconscious when he fell from his hotel room balcony, falling to his death. However, the psychic medium sloanbella came out and blew the entire lid wide open. Sloan said it's not true. They intentionally allegedly took out Liam Payne using scopolamine, and persons at the hotel helped to orchestrate Liam Payne's takeout because UMG had ended their contract with Liam Payne. Liam Payne was told to stay at that hotel. He was going to meet with a gentleman. However, that was them orchestrating his takeout. So while he was there waiting on that person, a group of people came into the room. They blew scopolamine, the devil's breath, in his face, and within seconds after it being blown in his face, he passed out, and they basically trashed the room to make it seem as though something else happened. And when they, allegedly threw him over the balcony, they took photos immediately and they sold the photographs to TMZ. So sloanbella is telling us that the case is not done. Look out for that major event come April. And we're talking about the psychic medium that predicted the year, the month of Sean Diddy Combs' downfall. She also predicted that Donald Trump would have won the election. She also told us that they would not let out Diddy on bail, and he wasn't let out on bail. She also told us that Diddy is never going to go to trial. So she has been right on the ball so far as it relates to everything that she has predicted up to this time. She also predicted Diddy's LA and Miami mansion being raided. It definitely happened as well. So can't wait to see what happens in April. Now with Liam Payne, 5 people were arrested, including his friend Nore. However, all the charges have been dropped against him because the court has determined that he could not be held responsible for Liam Payne's death because he did anything that was negligent in terms of observing anything wrong and still ignoring, what was wrong with Liam Payne. Initially, they said that he abandoned Liam Payne's body, but Nore said that when he was leaving Liam Payne's hotel room, Liam Payne was there being chit-chatty with staffers and guests at the hotel. There was also a bartender that worked at the hotel that said that he had, smashed Liam Payne. Liam Payne was very kind and gentle, and they did weed, but they didn't do any other substances or anything of the sort. Now, Liam Payne's alleged friend Roger Norris is saying that he's not dropping that $10 million lawsuit against Liam Payne's dad, Geoff, because, if he doesn't get an apology, he's not going to drop the lawsuit. No, I don't know what kind of friend this is, because if Liam Payne's dad is saying, if Liam Payne's dad, Geoff, is saying that he feels as though Nore had something to do with it, and if that's your friend, while you can be mad at the dad for thinking that you would do such a thing to the friend, don't you have any empathy knowing that that's your friend's dad and he's hurting and he's mourning? And when people are going, because grieving, I can tell you personally, the different stages of grieving is extremely brutal. And, with his father who has lost his son, it can be very horrible. And he's trying to come to terms as to why is it that, no one cared for his son to ensure that his son was okay, kept safe, and all of that. So naturally, Liam Payne's dad, Geoff, is going to have questions. He's going to, make statements that's going to hurt. It's going to sting the friends. But if you were any real friend, any at all, you wouldn't be looking to sue your friend's dad. And now Nore is saying, he's going to go to London. And when he goes, he's going to visit Liam Payne's, grave and all of that. It's really disgusting. How the heck are you going to say that I'm not going to drop the lawsuit unless I get an apology? He's not entitled to giving you an apology, whether it's right or wrong, because you say that you're his friend, so he's going to have questions and he's going to throw things out there because it is in fact questionable. And the mere fact that you were arrested by the police and you had charges against you, it means that the father is not being delusional. Are you saying the father is delusional and so too is the legal system? Come on. And this is how you know Roger Nore, that is, was never any real friend of Liam Payne. He was just a pretender, But let's get into this report that is coming from the Mirror. They're saying Liam Payne trial development as pal Roger Nore refuses to drop lawsuit against star's dad. Now they're saying over 4 months on from Liam Payne's tragic death, questions remains about his final hours and who, if anyone, is responsible for his death. The former One Direction singer 31 died on October 16 after falling from the third floor balcony of a hotel in Argentine capital Buenos Aires. He is survived by his son Bear Payne, whose mother is Girls Aloud singer Cheryl Tweedy. 5 people had been charged in Argentina in connection with the death, 3 manslaughter and 2 with supplying of that white powder. But last week it was reported that charges against 3 of the people had been dropped. Now, they're saying Roger Nore's speak. Liam's friend Roger Nore was one of the 5 charged in relation to the singer's death. Prior to the charges being dropped, Nore is reportedly making plans to come to the UK to pay his respects to the late One Direction member in wake of the dismissal of manslaughter charges against him. The court determined that Nore was involved in Liam obtaining and consuming alcohol and couldn't have prevented his passing. Speaking through his high-profile attorney, Rafael Cunha Libernora, Nore welcomed the news about the overturned appeal. We are happy to have reversed the decision by 360 degrees, he proclaimed. We have always maintained that Rogelio Nore was not responsible for Liam Payne's death. He was only his friend and had no duty or legal obligations to ensure his safety. Of course, as your friend, you have a obligation to ensure your friend's safety. I don't know why it's not seen as such, but I understand with them saying that legally, he's not, but he definitely does. Now they're saying in conversation with Rolling Stone's post-verdict, Nore shared relief at the ordeal coming to an end. I'm happy I'm now going to be able to travel to the UK and say goodbye to my friend previously under investigation and then charged. Nore stressed in a formal comment, I never abandoned Liam. I went to his hotel 3 times that day and left 40 minutes before this happened. There were over 15 people at the hotel lobby chatting and joking with him when I left. Nore and Payne reportedly became friends in 2020 and Nore was said to be obvious to Liam's private struggles. Yet in May 2024, Nore got a call from Payne's representative informing him that Liam had dangerously overdosed back in the UK where he needed to be resuscitated by medical professionals. Now, they go into Liam was sectioned just months before his death. Now they're saying Liam was sectioned after suffering an overdose in the months before his death in October last year. Nore has claimed in an interview with Daily Mail earlier this month, Liam's close friend Roger Nore said Payne's father Geoff had the singer sectioned following a serious substance overdose in May. He told the paper originally they tried to have him sectioned for 90 days. That ended up getting cut down to 30 days, but Liam talked his way out after just 3. Following his release, Nore said he set Liam up with a team of medical professionals in a bid to help fight his addiction struggles. Now they're saying he knew he needed help, Nore said he did 4 months sober. Liam then began to go to the gym every day. He was really looking after himself, and it wasn't easy. He required 24 hours attention. Anyone who's looked after an addict knows that it isn't straightforward. It was draining, but I wanted to do it. That's what friends are for. After 4 months, I truly believe he had turned a corner. Now they're saying lawsuit against Liam's dad, Geoff Payne, speaking early this week. In the wake of being cleared of any wrongdoing in connection to Liam's death, Norse confirmed he doesn't intend to drop his $10 million lawsuit against his late friend's father, Geoff Payne. Despite the dismissal of charges, the businessman insists on pursuing his defamation case against Geoff Payne unless he receives an apology. After his acquittal, Norris expressed his attempts to reach out to Liam's dad without success. He stated the lawsuit in the U.S. is going to stay until the apology. I'm not after money at all, and any dollar would be donated to Bear, Liam's son, but I do want him to apologize because even though I understand that those are really human-like reactions, which I completely understand, I would never ever judge them, but it gets to a point where it's like, guys, like you may have gone too far, so maybe it's better to just settle everything, wrap up, and you know what? Says like maybe I should have said something, and I'm sorry. In a statement, Norris also revealed the extent of Liam's addiction, describing the support he provided to the singer as a relentless 24/7 job. No, the report further goes into last month when he filed his lawsuit, Argentine Norris commented on the matter. All the proceeds will be donated to my friend's son. Geoff needs to backtrack on his sworn statement, as he very well knows I wasn't Liam's nurse or caretaker. Liam, who I miss every day, was my dear friend and an independent, brilliant, respectful, free man who did whatever he wanted whenever he wanted. The legal papers contested specific claims, particularly the insinuation that Liam was under Nore's care and that of his girlfriend Kate Cassidy due to his addiction. Nore blasted Mr. Payne for suggesting he played a role in the star's death, saying he, as Liam's father, felt responsible. It's just feelings, man. He elaborated it was really hard for Liam too. He was obviously trying to get better. And the judges reflected on this in the ruling, and they went like, look, this is really hard. It's no one's responsibility. People can try their best, which I would say a lot of people have around Liam for the past few years, or especially few months. But the reality is, like, you can only do so much right as a friend. And then when something like this happens, which is all tragedy, you feel responsible. So that's why I can totally understand why Geoff, Liam's father, the minute this happened, he came down to Argentina. He said further, you can imagine he was so hurt. He had lost his son, so obviously he was hurt. And when you hurt like you, there's a part of you that feels responsible. And when you feel responsible, you want to blame somebody. So that's really human reaction, and that he had. And to be honest, we all feel responsible. When you've been trying to help somebody that you love and you care for, you can't help going, what if? Now, they get into the appeal. So, what they're saying in regards to the appeal, Argentinian prosecutors are contemplating an appeal against the decision to dismiss manslaughter charges against the 3 individuals following the tragic death of Liam. Although 3 people were initially charged in connection with Liam's death in Argentina, the charges were later dropped. Prosecutors have now revealed that they are evaluating appeals in their first public statement since emerged last week that U.S. entrepreneur Rogelio Nore, a close friend of Liam, and 2 hotel employees had been cleared of any wrongdoing. Appeal court judges had overturned a decision at the end of December to charge the trio. However, they confirmed that 2 other men accused of selling Liam white substance because his fatal fall from the Casa Sur Palomar Hotel should remain in custody and still face prosecution. The reference to the potential appeal regarding the overturned manslaughter charges, a Buenos Aires law firm reportedly acting on behalf of Liam family, Marvel O'Farrell. Merrill stated the public prosecutor office and the plaintiff will now evaluate appeals that correspond to the ruling that was not in accordance with the corresponding charges. Prosecutor have stated that appeal court judge cleared Nore of any criminal charges, reasoning that he did not take on special obligations that would associate his actions with the celebrity tragic end. Following an appeal hearing on February 11th, the other two men informed of their exoneration last week include Esteban Grassi, the main receptionist at Casa Sur Palomar Hotel in Buenos Aires, who dialed 911 just moments before Liam's demise, and the hotel head of security, Gilda Martin. I believe that that receptionist is highly involved, and don't be surprised if you hear that receptionist's name coming back up again. Now, the report further states Grassi was one of 3 individuals captured alongside Martin in the last distressing image of the ex-One Direction member seen being assisted to his room from the lobby just prior to his fall from the balcony. Similar to Nore's, they would have risked prison term ranging from 1 to 5 years if found guilty as accused, though they were advised they might qualify for suspended sentences. Meanwhile, the 2 individuals facing narcotic charges have been cautioned that conviction could result in 4 to 15 years behind bars. No, guys. That's the end of that. That's the latest development in the Liam Payne's case. I'm back on this because, as I said, we're close to April. I want to see what goes on in April, and I'm going to follow it to the T. But it's your time to chime in, guys. What's your take? Do you think that his friend Roger Nore is any real friend? Because, well, what Liam Payne father said is hurtful, and it is someone that is basically accusing you of something. I mean, if he's any really good friend, would you be suing the father, and saying, I'm going to give the money to Beer? That's his grandson. Why would you do something like that? Get rid of the lawsuit and just try to have some kind of dialogue. He's bitter, he's hurt. And I think and he's even saying it, that's just natural human reaction. That's natural human reaction, but still yet you're suing the man? Like, come on, make it make sense. But I want to hear from you guys. What's your take? While you're at it, thumbs up, share, subscribe, and see you all in the comment section. Peace.